So I want to talk about how the healing path has been for me. Like, regardless of the issue, I feel like the healing path is kind of always the same. So initially, you're kind of in denial about something, which is a certain level of pain, but you're like kind of not aware of it. And then when you become aware of it, the situation becomes more painful. So you actually have like a pain increase. And that's when the ego says, whoa, what are we doing? Like, denial felt better than this. This is really painful. So the pain increases when you become aware of the issue. And then as you're healing it, I see it kind of as like a cyclical thing of like going up and down as you heal things, and then you discover something new, and then you heal it, and then you discover something new. But then it's going down overall. So eventually your level of pain will be lower than the initial denial, and eventually could be gone relative to that issue. So it's like denial, pain is worse, and then it kind of goes downhill. But the ego is saying like, this is so much more painful than being in denial. We should have just stayed in denial. But I see it as like, if you have a wound, like let's say you have like a knife wound, like a knife has been stuck in you, and instead of pulling it out in the moment, you like couldn't handle it, so you went into denial. And it's painful to have the knife in you, but partly it's like it's all that you know, and it's kind of comfortable in the fact that it's familiar, and you're just kind of just like leaving it there, like, okay, that's just the way it is, we're just like not gonna think about it. So then the initial pain of when you notice your issue is the pain of like pulling it out, and like, yeah, it hurt more to pull it out than to leave it in. So you're saying like, this hurts more. Yeah, it does hurt more, but if you don't pull it out, then you can never heal the physical wound. You would have to remove the bullet, or like remove, you know, the object from you in order for your body to completely heal around it, and then you'll have no pain at some point, right? But it hurts more initially to remove the knife than to just leave it in. And what's hard is if everyone around you is in denial and they're just walking around the knife in, and you're pulling it out and you're in all this pain, they'll be like, why are you doing that? Like, just leave it in. That's what we're doing, and it works for us. And you look like you're the crazy person because you're like actually trying to heal your stuff, and they're all like, what are you doing? That doesn't look like it's working very well. It's like, yeah, it hurts more before it gets better. And we don't, like, collectively as a society, like, we just really don't understand emotional trauma or healing, or even physical healing. We don't understand detox and the raw food diet, and how your body can look a lot worse when you go raw, because a lot of issues, you could like get acne, get eczema, you can potentially gain weight, you can lose what looks like way too much weight, you can have your hair fall out, like all of these things that people around you are like, what are you doing? It's like, this is the healing process. It's like it gets worse before it gets better. Oftentimes the pain becomes more pronounced in the process of healing. And I think the more that people can just be open about like talking about their journeys with healing, and just talking about like that this is how it works, I think it can be easier for other people to like understand this. Because for me, it was really scary to feel like I was doing everything wrong, because I thought that healing was supposed to make me feel better, and like it has now. The things that I started healing 2 years ago feel better now, but the things that I've started healing today feel worse than they did yesterday. And that's just the process relative to everything in your life that you're healing. So also with my own experience of doing this many times, I can like start to trust in that process, and like I've observed that that's how it happens. So I want to share that in case you feel like you're doing everything wrong, and like, I thought that meditation was supposed to make me feel better. I thought that raw food diet was supposed to make me feel better. I thought that journaling or self-love was supposed to make me feel better. Like, it will one day. Perhaps sooner than you think. But try not to have like an ego timeline about it, because things can literally shift in one day. Like, you could be in pain, and then it gets better. Like, it's not a linear process. So for me, it's just about trusting that your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, everything knows what it is doing, and the healing process is happening the way that it needs to happen. So all you need to do is trust it and carry on. So you're doing nothing wrong. That's just the healing journey. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.